Hello everyone, and welcome to another Day Night Showmatches. I'm joined today by Anuzarg and Ottr. How are you guys today?
You're doing good? What about covert, though?
I'm getting to that. I'm totally getting to that.
Okay, fine.
Totally getting to that. So Alex and Ottr and Anuzarg are going to be our wonderful players today. But I'll be joined, most importantly, in casting by Covert Muffin. How are you today, Covert?
Hello, Thraxor!
Oh dear. And so it begins.
So good.
I'm doing pretty good, Thraxor. I just had a great series, and I'm really excited to cast the series as well. So thank you for having me on the show with you.
Awesome. Well, don't waste all of your energy on this one. We got one more to do after this too.
Oh yeah, party goes on.
Okay, so today's wonderful question, as always, is going to be: what's your name? What region? What rank? I.e., what league are you currently in? Your preferred race, and the question for today is: what is your favorite SC2 arcade map? So, if we would start with Anuzarg, please.
Did someone type out all those questions? Alright, so first one was the name, right? Anuzarg, definitely. You just said it. Okay, so next one's the region, right?
Yep.
Region as in
NA,
residence of living or where I'm playing.
NAEU, where do you normally play?
NA, definitely. At NA. Oh, no wonder. Okay, I see there's something here. Name, region, rank. Rank, currently the ranking system has put me into silver. However, I feel that I'm bronze, but oh well. Let's just trust Blizzard. And race is, my preferred race is Zerg. So the question, my favorite arcade map, will have to be... I don't really play arcade much, really, but the only one I have ever played is that, I forgot, it's been a long time since I played it, but it was one where you like just built buildings and they'll just automatically send like units across the map to attack the other guy's units. So I really like that game a lot. Forgot what the name was. Yes, Nexus Wars. Definitely, that was the only one that I ever played. So, oh well. So yeah, that's it.
Alright, and Ottr, how about you?
I'm sorry, what were the questions?
Tell us who you are. Tell us who you are, what region you play in, what your current league is, and what race you normally play as. And then the question is, what's your favorite SC2 arcade map?
Okay. Let's see. Otter, NA region, I play Zerg, and I am currently unranked.
Woo.
So, no idea.
It's a mystery.
Well, Day Night Showmatches ranking puts you at silver gold, though.
Okay.
According to the little spreadsheet I found.
All right,
I will trust the little spreadsheet.
What is your favorite arcade map in SC2 right now?
I actually don't know. I don't really play a whole lot of arcade.
Yeah.
Does the Left to Die thing count? Because that was really cool.
Oh yeah, it totally does.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, Left to Die. Nice.
Totally counts. Doesn't matter if Blizzard made it or not. It's getting the arcade.
Still part of the arcade.
Alright, so since we're a little bit pressed for time, we're going to go ahead and move things along right now. If you both could send me a PM on Battle.net or in the StarCrafts, not in the party chat, but just whisper it to me. Rock, paper, or scissors, and then I will determine who wins, and you get to decide if you want to veto first or second. And then we'll go through vetoes and get this started. Okay, so Ottr picked rock and Anuzarg picked paper. So Anuzarg, would you like to veto first or second?
I think I'll veto first. Let me just put up. Alright. I'll veto out Infernal Fools.
Alright, Ottr, which would you like to veto?
It's ladder map, alright? Covered?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like looking at the wrong map. I was like, oh my gosh, there's a special set. Well, people take so long. Oh, no wonder.
And the vetoes to you, Otter. I don't know if you heard me the first time.
She's probably deciding or something. I think.
Oh no, my mic was muted. I'm sorry. Deadwing.
Deadwing. Oh.
Super awesome.
Just like probably screaming Deadwing at us, and we were like, oh, well, we didn't hear anything.
I'm so sorry. No, I do that all the time. I apologize.
Alright, so
That's okay. She just made me check all of my mic and sound settings to make sure nothing was muted on my end. I was like, oh god, did I mess up something too?
No.
alright.
All right, Anuzarg.
So, I'll veto Overgrowth.
All right, and Otter last veto.
I'll veto Catalina.
Catalina.
Oh, man.
Okay, Anuzarg, which map would you like to play on first?
Secret Spring. Let's do that first.
Otter, which one would you like to see second?
Wait, don't we decide by who loses? Oh, never mind. Never mind. It's okay. Alright. I think you might have muted your mic again.
Did you mute your mic
I
again?
hate everything. Okay. I'm so sorry. It's been a long day.
That's okay. It'll all be over soon.
It'll all be over soon. Don't worry. Technically.
So your choices for the second map are Expedition Lost or Valley Research Station.
You just say Money Research Station?
No, I said Vani.
Oh, okay. I was like Money Research Station. I was like, wait, what? What was that? Oh, okay.
Blink, blink.
Just now you said like, oh, never mind. Forget it.
YOLO slam.
Really hurt. None of that.
Okay.
Over muffins. Jesus.
I didn't spell.
Fine.
I did spell
That's-
Expedition correctly.
That's okay.
Expedition.
Expedition. Awesome. Perfect. All right. So the last map will be Vani Research Station, if and when we make it that far. All right, players. Any last words before you go off to do wonderful battle?
Good luck. Have fun. GG.
To the death.
To the death.
Okay. Gonna end the call with this person. I'm gonna kick you guys out, and I will bring the winner back in, and whoever loses the match may come back at their own volition. Have fun. Okay, Covert.
All right, Threxor.
We
Oh,
totally
yeah.
got this. So,
Yeah, we got this.
So for everybody in the chat, there was a slight issue with Otter's setup, and she was having trouble hearing what she was saying, so that's why there was all the frantic typing at the end there. Let's see, we are doing Secret Spring first. Create as a party. I did that wrong. Create as a party with mod. Because I totally know what I'm doing, and I'm super professional.
It's okay, Threxor, because I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Where am I? Who am I?
Mother of God. Alright.
Threxor's making the game.
I am. I'm totally making the game. We're entering the lobby now. We're going to give a play-by-play. I'm moving myself out of Team 1 because I'm not playing the game. I'm moving Covert out of Team 2 because he's not playing either. I almost put Covert back into it. We're going to put Otter in.
That would be quite the role reversal, Threxor.
It would be. It would be hilarious. Give me a moment. Okay, race check.
Did you make yourself a referee, Threxor?
I totally did.
All right, sweet.
I've made us both referees. I don't know if it
Oh wow.
got updated or not.
I've got power.
Purple and green. It's gonna be awesome. Super excited.
Yeah, me too. We got a ZVZ on our hands.
So I will say, I think this is only the second time that I've seen Otter play. This is like the third time I've seen Anuzarg play, but I think this is only like the second time that I've seen Otter play. And I'm actually really excited to see what she pulls out of her hat today.
That's awesome. I don't know either of these players. I think I might have seen a couple of games of Anuzarg as well. I just do not remember them for the life of me. All I know is that they were probably epic.
Well, it looks like it's ZVC, so it's going to be a lot of Ling Banelane action and a lot of Roach Hydra action. Okay, here we go. Go, 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 go.
Ding!
Ding. Seems to be a theme with us today. Just making music during the break while we wait for the for all the players to show up.
Yeah, I think we should start our family band, Threxor.
Totally. I'm 100% down for it. I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting here while we were waiting.
Oh
just
yeah.
Kind of like laid back in my chair, just staring at the ceiling, just kind of like out of it. Didn't really want to.
It's important to find time to just like relax.
Yeah. Especially so Secret Spring. This is a very interesting map. Like you've got the in-base back expansion, and we have a match that's totally starting.
Aw, yeah.
All right. So starting in the southern, well, bottom left position. We'll just go with that so that I don't screw it up. We have our purple Zerg player, Anuzarg.
Wow. He's a Zerg player. And in the right position, we have our green Zerg. She's also Zerg.
I noticed that she's got the little horde symbol around
Yeah.
her base.
Oh, boom.
She must be a horde player.
Yeah, she must be. Which is kind of funny because her race color is green, so she must be a orc. And that's about the extent of my World of Warcraft knowledge, Threxor.
It's okay.
It's that orcs have green skin. Alright.
So the Overlords are gonna fly into each other in the middle of the map.
Yeah, looks like they're having a nice celebratory high five here before we get things kicked off.
Ever since I saw the Carbot animation one where it was the Zerg versus Zerg match they did in this latest season, every time I see Overlords passing in the night like this, I just imagine them bumping into each other and then just constantly hitting each other. Just boom. Boom.
Yeah. Oh man.
Getting real angry.
I love the Carbot animations. I don't know if you noticed, but my profile picture is actually the Carbot Zergling. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's good times.
Good times.
So
So it looks like both our players, oddly enough, are opening a hatchery first when it's like really, really short rush distances. I'm kind of glad we're not seeing like 2 6 pools out of the bat.
Well, the thing about this map that you got to remember is that it's actually really easy to defend this rear base because of the fact that there's a super narrow choke point at the front, and you've got the whole main base that you have to go through before you can actually get to the second hatch.
Yeah, it's so true.
Defending it from early pressure is significantly easier than a lot of people think.
Yeah, the really nice thing is if you can spread creep up there, you can... what I really like is when you see a Zerg get that early creep tumor, and then they can actually wall off their entrance just in case the Zerg is trying to do some sort of finicky early aggression.
Yeah. Not too much deviation from either player. Looks like Ottr's a little bit quicker on the draw, getting the hatch down and out. The exact same build, mirror builds.
Yeah, wow, this is kind of crazy how mirrored they are. Both of them getting early queens. Look at that. Ooh, found our first deviation though.
Queen timing is compared to Ling's. Yep.
Yeah. And I don't necessarily think these Lings are sort of, oh, he's going the like total aggressive play, but they could just be sort of poke around a map, just make sure the opponent isn't doing something like a really fast 10 pool. It's really nice, like scouting and defensive play in general.
Yeah, well, 4 Lings is a pretty standard maneuver to do as a Zerg player. They make for great early defense. They can at least stall enough to prevent your opponent from really doing any serious damage, and they're not as big of an investment as a spine crawler is that can only stay at the base and poke at stuff. Plus, they're really, really handy for just leaving a handful at the front just to wait for the army to push out.
Oh yeah, it's so true. I actually really like this play by Anuzarg here to get that like early spine crawler, just in case some sort of early aggression is coming, because the distance from the main hatch to the ramp is so far, so it's really hard to get those queens in position to stop anything from coming up the ramp. And also that that natural doesn't being far away from the ramp doesn't really help either. Usually if you have a down the ramp natural, it's a lot easier to get queens in positions to defend both places.
Yep, and we see, let's see, so Ling speed from Ottr is a little bit slower, but the Roach Warren is out significantly faster. We have a supply block on Anuzarg right now, also going to Lair Tech. So I think in the long run, Otter's going to be better prepared to really take this game to the finish, whereas Anuzarg is going to be kind of stuck in a bad position for a while. But it looks like he's getting his Roach Warren up as well. This might all come down to a timing attack.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like I was just thinking this, but it looks like Anuzarg is throwing down the double Evo chamber. I was wondering if anybody was going to sort of go for an early upgrade play. And so it looks like Ottr is actually going to be able to get an early Roach advantage here. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Ooh, and there it goes. There's the first upgrade from Anuzarg.
He's actually upgrading the Roaches first, so that tells me that he's definitely going to be trying to meet this Roach with Roach. Roach on Roach action. Standard Zerg versus Zerg.
Looks like Ottr is starting to push out, but Anuzarg is already spotting this with a nicely placed Overlord and some Lings.
Yep, gonna be spreading the creep like a good Zerg player does. I am noticing that so when you get a mirror matchup like this where the builds are so similar or so close together, where you've got a minor thing where you've got like the speed upgrade coming from the Roaches for Ottr, but the damage upgrade coming from the Roaches from Anuzarg, you start looking at things to make the difference.
Right.
Even small things like creep spread will actually make a big deal. That's
so true. And the interesting thing is, like, the third bases actually are kind of out of the way. Notice that the ramp is kind of wedged halfway between them, but there really isn't that easy of a ground defense that you can sort of break off. But it looks like Ottr is taking a pretty bold third expansion right now.
Yeah, without fast Lings, on the map at least, and without a lot of Roaches or creep spread to really handle it, it's a pretty risky maneuver, and it looks like she's going to attack to kind of distract and or delay any sort of aggression that would be coming towards that. But I do want to point out this Hydralisk den that's about to finish up. So it looks like Roach Hydra from Ottr. So when she actually starts getting those Evo Chamber upgrades, which she's got on the way right now, they're going to return dividends. Little engagement at the front here. A couple of queens up in place. Let's see if he uses them to do it.
Oh, no. Oh man, it looks like Otter's getting a little bit of an advantage here, but we see that Anuzarg's +1 attack just finished, light years away, light years ahead of our green Zerg here. So I think he'll be able to deflect this pretty easily.
Yep, and we also see a deviation in like third hatchery placement right now. So Ottr decided to keep her hatches in line, but in order to get to her third hatch, you have to run all the way around the ramp and come all the way back. Whereas Anuzarg decided to grab his at a position that's a little bit quicker to get to on the ground than it is through the air. But looks like he's going to be able to push his attack back a little bit. And now we're just going to see both players stabilize and kind of just chill for a minute. Unless Otter's going to push the advantage that she thinks she has, which she kind of doesn't until she gets some Hydras into this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness, look at this. Looks like Anuzarg is also throwing down a Hydralisk den, so it does clearly look like we're having pretty much a mirror game. This is unbelievable.
Ooh, Otter's gonna sneak in.
Oh!
Oh, she sees the army. She's gonna try and catch that position. She's fighting on creep. Anuzarg's not on his own creep. Got a decent concave at first, but then Anuzarg was able to get a better placement. This is just going to crush Otter's army.
Man.
She's got nowhere to run either, so...
Yeah, and we see Burst of Larva just made a bunch of drones, so it looks like the reinforcements are going to be a little delayed, but it doesn't look like Anuzarg's going to be pushing out, so I think she should be in a clear for establishing this third.
We say that. Oh,
that one
oh,
Hydra
that poor
was-
Hydra. He was so determined he was going to take somebody out.
It's like, put me in, coach, I'm ready. I won't let you down, I promise.
This roach count from Anuzarg is getting a little big.
Yeah, it's getting a little scary.
Yeah, 20 to 19 roaches. It's not terrible. The supply counts are about the same. He does have a couple of Hydralisks in the mix now, and that's going to make a big difference in this next engagement too. It's going to make him crush even further.
Oh no! Oh!
Even pulling up onto the high ground's not going to give Ottr much of an advantage here. Decent surround, but the concave from Anuzarg is just a bit too much here. It's going to crush this entire army.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that's too bad. With the purple army with the 1/1 upgrades, it's just like, and he has the numbers advantage too, so it's just like, oh.
Yeah, and this army's just getting slowly whittled away.
That's why like mirror matchups are so tough, because if you get like one sort of advantage over another, or a disadvantage at that, and then try and engage something head on, it's really tough to recover if you fail. But at the same time, if you're able to eke out the advantage, you just absolutely snowball.
Yeah, and that looks like that's what's happening right now. The resources coming in are just not enough. Otter's going to GG out.
And we get our first game wrapped up. Anuzarg taking it 1-0. Anuzarg wins the first match. Wow.
Look at my handy little spreadsheet here. Next one's going to be Expedition Lost.
Ooh, yeah. Alright, we'll see who has the spirit of YOLO swag with them this game, Threxor.
Super excited about this. It looks like we're going to play each other.
Oh, that would be pretty epic. On many proportions.
Indeed. He's like saying macro is so tiring.
Maybe that was Otter's play all along. She's trying to make him sleepy. Maybe she'll start yawning in game. Often a terrifying tactic. Because we all know that yawning is contagious.
It is.
Excellent. Excellent. Also, you may want to make us referees as well. Yeah, there we go. Boom. Nailed it. Nicely done.
I was thinking as you started speaking.
Aw, yeah, here we go.
Got another game coming up. Right quick and in a hurry.
Yes, one interesting thing about Expedition is that the position of these gold bases here is often very interesting. If a player goes for a fast gold base, it can be really bizarre, sort of how the game's played out. All right, looks like we're in.
Indeed. So, spawning in the top right-hand position. Whoa, what just happened?
Whoops.
Alright. We're going to take a look at this to see what happened. I'm really hoping that was a DC. Looks like that was a DC.
Yeah. Okay, looks like his game just glitched out, so he's gonna get right back in the game and we'll get that match back underway.
Alright, well then. That was interesting.
This is interesting. Never know what sort of bugs and stuff can come up.
Yeah, but I mean, for like all the stuff that we do here, we're doing basically show matches and tournaments and all that fun stuff online over the internet, and we still don't seem to have as many problems as like Red Bull does when they do events live.
Right?
All the computers there.
I think the thing that amazes me is, well, there are two things. One is that they have like spare computers just on par, like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of equipment just on standby, just in case something breaks. Like, you'll see them like switch out computers and stuff on the main stage, like constantly. The second thing is like coordination, like how well they're able to coordinate things. Something's wrong, well, it only takes like 10-15 minutes to fix. It may sound like a long time, but usually it can take like hours to get a crazy bug or something to be cleaned up.
Yeah.
It blows my mind. Alright, looks like we're gonna reset this game up and then get things resumed. Ding!
Ding!
Ding! Looks like Anuzarg is good to go. And Ottr. Awesome. Looks like it's time for some fun. For us. Unfortunately for them, they have to battle to the death. To the death.
Alright, so we're loading back up on Expedition Lost LE. Now, you were saying something was special about this map?
Yeah, it looks like these gold bases are sort of in interesting positions. Like, if I've seen many matchups, because like you see where the third base, potential third bases are. The gold base is actually closer to the natural than either of those thirds, so you oftentimes see someone take one of those for an early advantage. It's very interesting.
All right, so we have spawning in the bottom left corner now our purple Zerg player, who's currently up by 1 game. If he wins this game, he wins the series. If not, we see an actual third game. We have our purple Zerg player, Anuzarg.
It's Anuzarg.
As I proceed to scroll in the wrong direction, so do not.
And in the top right corner, we have on our 2-player map our green Zerg trying to tie the series up 1-1. Ottr. Swivel.
All right, so both of the scouting overlords going out.
Yeah, there they go. Boom.
Standard. The start of games are always
so exciting.
Very exciting in the current build of StarCraft 2.
I'm on the edge of my seat, Threxor. I can hardly contain it.
Omega was actually talking on the break about how he's really excited, and I agree with him. I'm super excited about the new mechanics for the way games are going to start in Legacy of the Void, because you have enough workers that after 2 rounds of mineral collection, you have enough to build a building and do stuff.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting, because usually you think about openers being between 7 and 10 minutes long, whereas now in Legacy of the Void, it seems like it's going to cut that time in half, which is very interesting. I think that's a really brilliant move on Blizzard's part to sort of speed up the games and bring the action sooner.
Yep. So I kind of wonder what this little drone guy here is doing. It looks like he was trying to make a hatchery, but now he's just going to make a hatchery next to the hatchery of otters.
Oh, it's a base in your base.
This is going to be interesting.
And
so it begins. The spawning pool comes down immediately from Ottr. It looks like she's going to stay relatively close to her original plan.
Oh, but it looks like Ottr has a really nicely placed overlord to see that base go down. The building radius, the site radius of buildings that are currently under production actually is really small. But she's pulling some drones right away to start to deal with this. I really like this move on her part.
5's a good number. I like 5. It's not too many, but it's not so small that it doesn't make a dent.
Yeah, exactly. You can see that it's sort of barely chipping away at the health, so it's sort of equalized at 600 HP. But you'll see once the spawning pool finishes, she'll just be able to morph like a Zergling or two and get her queen up. And it's just not really going to do much of anything.
There's a cancellation, and the spine crawler's going down. So, I think he was originally trying to take her base, trying to take her natural, to get an advantage, but when it failed, he said, well, he's already over here, I might as well build a hatch.
Yeah, and it looks like he's floating a lot of money. Oh, wow, but he's going to take a really fast double hatch here.
But it's still behind Otter's hatch, so she's got an economic advantage right now. I mean, even pulling those drones off the line in order to kind of force the cancellation on the other hatch, she's still got a really solid advantage right now, and she should be able to abuse it and
wow.
take this game.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, look at that third hatch go down.
Yeah, right? And she has the queen advantage early on. Like, not only did her natural come up sooner, so she has the just plain old larva advantage, but also her queens are coming up sooner. And so each of those injects is going to be unbelievably powerful. And it looks like this defensive spine might come into some use with an early 6 lings coming out of Anuzarg to try and put on some pressure. Oh no, looks like maybe he's just trying to use him for a defensive play. Be sort of interesting. What do you think Ottr might do in this position? You think she's just gonna sort of like turtle up and like do her normal plan of like roaching upgrades, or do you think she might try and put on some early pressure because she knows Anuzarg is at a disadvantage?
I would pressure if I were her. Like honestly, she's getting a lot of overlords out right now.
5 overlords. She really does not want to be supply blocked with Dark Sword.
Yep. She's gonna get pressure out. She's gonna wait for those overlords to finish. She's gonna start the lair. She's gonna apply pressure. I think it's not gonna be right away pressure. This is gonna be probably a 10-minute roach push, but it's gonna be devastating.
Yeah, hopefully she gets some sort of additional tech on this. I don't see any. Oh no, it's just gonna be Zerglings. Oh man, all right, here we go. Oh man! Oh, Anuzarg doesn't seem to be throwing any sort of defense down like an early spine or something.
He's not. As a matter of fact, he's getting super greedy. He's getting his 4th hatchery down now.
Oh no!
And he's using the only few lings that he has on the map to knock down this giant ice patch.
Oh, these
20 speedlings are gonna just wreck face when they get into the base.
Get there! Get there! Run! Oh! Oh! Please move out! Please move out!
She's got to strike very soon.
You could.
She's getting a few more lings. She's getting the reinforcement lings out now. She's got the lair. She can drop the roach horn anytime she wants and go immediately into speed roaches. All she's got to do now is figure out what the advantage press is going to be. She's going to be able to get us around on this queen.
Oh yeah, it looks like she's going to be able
to go down.
Pick up these queens. Oh, that's brutal.
And she's going to get the other queen. And there we go. Anuzarg evacuates the low ground.
Oh, this
so many spine crawlers, but they're so delayed. They're so late. All of these drones, 8 drones.
It looks like he's getting a favorable engagement here, though, with like sort of bringing those lings into a choke, and it looks like he's going to be able to equalize. Oh no, it looks like Anuzarg is sitting around this disadvantage too.
I'm counting 16 drones lost.
What?
It's a worker count of 35-6 right now in Otter's advantage.
Oh, our guy has no drone.
And he's got. Okay, there it is. So he canceled all the spine crawlers that he initially built. He got back up to about 250 minerals, and now he's going to be able to rebuild, but there's just 30 more lings on the way. She's still got speed.
Oh, man. I didn't realize he had so many drones.
She's actually got +1 attack for the lings coming along the way. She's just going to drive this one home, and she'll win.
Oh, she's floating 1,000 minerals. She could probably even like take a third, but it looks like she's going to opt to getting some additional gas and go and just... Oh no, it looks like here comes the third.
She's dropping the third, and she's probably going to push out again.
I like this play. I hope she puts on more pressure and keeps Anuzarg unstable. It looks like there's a huge flood of overlords. Man, there's a golden armada here at the back of the base with overlords, Drexor.
Well, that's the way to go. I mean, you build a handful of lings, you build a handful of overlords. I
actually like this play, especially if you're sort of really sort of uncomfortable with your macro. She knows that she's going to be able to defend any sort of push, but it looks like she's moving out. So you may as well just flood Overlord so you don't have to worry about becoming supply blocked. Looks like she's picking up a nice sort of pack of units here in the middle of the map, and it looks like it's Anuzarg's only units because he... Oh, man, because he had denied those spine crawlers early on.
All right. Let's start the kill count on the drones. We're up to 8, 10, and the GG.
GG. Ottr tying it up 1-1. Ah, this is getting interesting, Drexor. Going to a game 3.
We're going to game 3. We're gonna see the last game.
On my favorite map ever, yes! Bonnie Research Station. Yes! 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 I'm fist pumping so hard right now, Drexor. I love this map.
I know you really wanted to play it in your series. Never got the chance to.
Oh, the drama. I was crying myself. I was crying during the beginning of the first game, so I knew I would never get a chance during that series to play on this map. Looks like both of our players showing exceptional sportsmanship, with both telling each other that they played a good game. It's always really nice to see how awesome the StarCraft community is. You guys rock. Looks like they have their races and colors all set, and we are starting it off. Yes, I love this map. Yes. Uh-oh. Looks like Anuzarg is channeling the power of YOLO. And here we go.
All right. So, starting in the top position on the map, we have our purple Zerg player tied up 1-1. Can he bring it home? It is Anuzarg.
Yeah. And in the bottom position, in the favorable position for the larva spawning, we have our green Zerg, Ottr. She tied it up 1-1. Alright, Drexor.
I'm really excited to see what comes of this.
Yeah, me too.
So this map is actually super interesting. So there's one watchtower right in the center. There's no there's no back. You can't put your back to a wall and or be trapped by it. The layout of the map is very, very, very symmetrical. Like, this is one of the most symmetric maps I've ever seen.
Actually, yeah, this is probably the reason why I love this map the most, is it's symmetric, but it's perpendicular, like, to the base. It's weird. It's different than the symmetry that they usually break out in two-player maps. Yep. So the path is along the left side. I'm completely blanking on the map there, but there's another map that's very similar to this one, but it's sort of rotated 90 degrees. Oh, this is embarrassing. Anyways, I'm really excited to see a game on this map, Drexor.
Yeah, so one thing I do want to point out is that the gold base is, like, super close.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it is.
It's extremely close. And then there's this gold base in the middle that is kind of oddly shaped, but it kind of feels like they built half a map and then just folded it over on itself.
Yeah, right?
All right, there's a balanced map. Race it, go.
The other thing I love is that there's only one watchtower, right? But we can see that the path of ground units that it would take is actually really easy to avoid that watchtower. So that watchtower doesn't get a huge advantage, but it's really good if they do try and do some sort of silly backdoor mechanics with overlords or something, or Mutalisk. And then also, the spawns are actually really far ground distance-wise, so early aggression and early cheese plays are sort of nullified because the person has plenty of time to react.
Yep. So I did mention, I did hear you mention that Otter's in the larva position advantage, and just to let everybody know that we're actually talking about, so the larva always spawn on the south side of the head, and Anuzarg's position, every time a drone hatches, it has to take an extra 2 or 3 seconds to get around the hatchery in order to actually get to the mineral line where it needs to go. Whereas in Ottr's position, as soon as it spawns, it's already in a path for mining minerals. So there's a distinct advantage over the long haul of how fast Ottr can get her economy up and running as compared to how fast Anuzarg can get his economy up and running. And it's the same way on all of the rest of the bases. The distinction is a little bit less because they're angled off to the side. The minerals are angled off to the side. But Ottr still, her larvae are closer.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So for the first 10 to 15 minutes of the matchup, Otter's just going to get like a couple of seconds every single time a drone is produced. Advantage over Anuzarg. And that's actually going to snowball a lot and can actually get her a minute or two ahead if she has the exact mirrored macro of her opponent. And that's pretty intense.
And I think that's a big reason why a lot of people don't pick this map, especially if you're a Zerg player, because you're basically playing roulette. If you get the good spawn position, you can play and perform really, really well. If you get the bad spawn position, then you're at a distinct disadvantage for the rest of the game, because Terran and Protoss don't have to deal with that. They queue up their worker, and their worker just pops out on the side closest and goes straight for it.
Yeah, that's so true. And it looks like we have some early lings here with speed doing aggression, but I think this queen's probably going to be able to clean it up if she has nice drone control. And she gets... Yep, there it goes.
Don't chase them. There we go.
The other thing I like that Ottr is sort of bringing into this, she's going a really fast +1 melee attack. And in Zergling skirmishes, this is actually going to be a huge advantage, especially if they have equal numbers. It's unbelievable how much of a difference, because the attack speed of Zerglings is really, really fast in general. +1 attack with roaches, yeah, it does make a pretty big difference, but at the same time, it only really, really makes a decisive difference when there are a huge number of roaches. But usually in Zerg versus Zerg, you'll just see a bunch of Zerglings just sort of skirmishing all over the map.
I do have to point out the Baneling Nest coming down for Ottr right now. I also have to point out the difference in vision between our two players. So Ottr has the one Overlord on the other side of the map, and that's about it. Whereas Anuzarg has 3 Overlords in forward positions to see runs and rushes coming in, plus he's also taken and held the Watchtower. So there's a lot of information that's coming into Anuzarg. A lot of nothing right now, but a lot of information potential for Anuzarg as this game develops.
Yeah, it's really nice to see both players sort of doing pretty similar builds here too. Another thing I like out of Ottr is that she actually opted to take her natural base out normally where you would take a third base on this map. So this is just going to like open up taking her natural to be a lot less stressful position for her.
Definitely. And the nice part is that she's got a good position right now. She's got plenty of lings. She'll be able to hold this off for a while.
Oh, we see a spire coming out of Anuzarg. This could be deadly.
Yeah, so you see the Spire drop at 2 base. Usually the 3rd base is already started. He's just now starting it.
Oh, we see lots of Banelings and Zerglings coming out. Oh man, for Ottr. And she's getting centrifugal hooks and +2 attack. Oh man.
Wow. Alright then. This might be the anti-timing for Anuzarg's build right now.
Oh no! Oh, the queens are moved up! Oh no! Oh, the queens! Oh, are they gonna get to the rampant time? Oh no! Oh, they're getting surrounded! Oh no!
1 queen's gonna get picked off, 2 queens are gonna get picked off, the 3rd is going to get cancelled by Ottr.
Oh,
5
no,
drones down, 6, 7's gonna fall here soon. You're gonna pick off the other queens. Centrifugal hooks is now completed. The Bane train is real, but it's been spotted, so the Banelings aren't going to be as big of a surprise. 24, 25, 26, 27 drones lost.
Oh, and it looks like Anuzarg's Baneling Nest is just finishing up. A little too late here.
He's got 24 Zerglings about to finish. I don't know. Ottr ran away with her Zerglings. It looks like she's waiting for more reinforcements, but I don't know why she would wait.
Oh, looks like we're going to get some bling micro action in here. Let's see if Ottr can seal the deal with some nice control here. Oh no, the bird!
Oh
what a
no,
play.
that's sad. Those banelings should have been held onto a little bit longer, but it looks like it was still just enough damage to kind of finish this off. 4 more lings coming in from Anuzarg. More banelings just kind of self-detonating on the lair to soften it up a little bit. More lings coming in. They're going to kill off both of these things. Anuzarg is going to GG, and Ottr is going to take this series 2-1.
That was a really nice hit with those banelings. She sort of knew that those were the only banelings morphing in from Anuzarg, and right before his banelings finished morphing, she was just able to slaughter them all. And because she had superior ling numbers, just in general, she could just absolutely flood. That was a really, really nice move on her part. Looks like we're gonna bring Ottr back in for an interview, and potentially Anuzarg as well. Really excited to hear what they have to say about their game, Struxor.
I'm super excited too. I'm just letting them know. Anuzarg, totally optional. That was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed that series. Looks like Sig Cloud is very, very happy to see that Ottr just won. He jumps up there in the air with flags and stuff. He's got a little party going on.
Oh, that's good. It's great to see that the chat's so active. Oh man, it looks like they're having a good time in there.
Welcome, 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 Miss Ottr. Well played.
Boom! The banelings.
So I like the decision to just like use the banelings to defeat his banelings before they could actually appear and do any real damage.
Oh yeah, that was.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hey,
Welcome. Good games all around. So let's go back and talk about that first game. So
First game?
First game.
The most standard of them all.
The most standard of all the games. So these are going to go relatively quickly because Zerg versus Zerg devolves into one of two things: Ling Bling Muta or Roach Hydra. Like that's pretty much all you see ever.
Or one base Ottr, which we didn't see though. Well.
So that first game, you guys had mirror builds right up to like the 4-minute mark, and then it was just a decision as to what tech building you took first. So if I remember correctly, Ottr took, let's see, you went straight for the roaches, whereas Anuzarg went with the Evo chambers first.
Mm-hmm.
So what were you guys kind of thinking? We're going to start with Ottr. What were you kind of thinking about what was going on in that game?
I actually messed up a bunch, so I was thinking well, I guess. I couldn't make up my mind what I was doing, so that was kind of a problem, I guess.
Okay. Anuzarg, what was your kind of game plan going into that first game?
My game plan was relatively simple, just get upgraded Roach Hydra, and because I couldn't get my Hydra, so I realized I was banking quite some gas, so I decided to build the Evo chambers so that I could spend it on the upgrades quickly, then I could get an advantage over Ottr, obviously.
Okay. Alright, so we go into game 2. There was a slight technical issue where you guys spawned one way, and then when we came back and rematched, you guys spawned a different way. But the nice part about that particular map was that it was set up in such a way that it didn't really affect the game that much. So let's see, that was a Ling Rush, right? So I know.
What?
Let's see, Ottr, you saw the. Oh no, wait, was that? Yeah, that was the map with the
base in the base.
Almost the base in the base that didn't quite hit there in time.
I was trying to put it there, and then Otter's base was right there. I was like, oh, fine. Put it there.
I was wondering what was going on. I was like, oh, there's a base in my base.
What do you even do with that?
I was like, what do you do with that? Just leave it there.
Yeah, so I want to ask you, Anuzarg, you bring in the drone, and you're like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take her natural. This is going to be awesome. And you see the base there. So what caused you to just place it there anyways? Like, what was your train of thought?
So I thought was that alright, what I want is to be able to put a base there that I can build spine crawlers. So I can attack the natural. So basically I was just thinking like, alright, she's put a base there, fine, I'll just put it a bit away. I can still build spine crawlers if she doesn't kill this. Unfortunately she pulled drone, so I was like, alright, I have to cancel this. So yeah, that was why I put it there.
Okay. And Ottr, what was your initial thought when you saw the base in your base? Besides, why is there a base in my base? Like, what was kind of your game plan going forward with that?
Essentially, I had no idea what to do with that, so I just figured I better get rid of it quick, just in case. So yeah, that was it. I just saw this big orange blob on my screen.
The strange thing about it is she pulled just enough drones that the hatch wasn't actually increasing in health, neither was it decreasing in health. So it was just like staying over there. I was like, keep checking on it. I was like, wait, the health isn't changing. It's like, it was so strange. She pulled just enough drones to keep it there.
Okay, awesome. And then we'll go into game 3 now. So Zerg versus Zerg. We saw Ling Baneling play a little bit in the second game, but it was more just tons and tons and tons and tons of Lings. So for that third match, the spawn positions, we were actually talking about how the player that spawns on the bottom has an economic advantage over the player that spawns on the top in a Zerg versus Zerg because of the larva placement. Did that really enter into your guys' calculations for like what you were going to try and do that game, or did you just play a game versus Zerg for your thing?
We're just normal. For me, it was normal. I don't know about Ottr.
I've actually not played on these maps yet, so I had no idea that was even a thing.
No wonder, I was like freaking out when she was like, she did expand. I was like, holy shit, she's rushing me. And I realized, oh, she expanded there. Okay. Well, it's fine now. Everything's fine.
Yep.
Gonna be okay.
The safe bet is not to assume anything. I'm probably just have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. So you're good.
Yep, so, yep.
It's like, oh my god, she's so good. I don't know how she's winning. And it's just some person at the other end of the keyboard just smiling and slapping at the keys. Ah, la, 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 la.
Build units. Attack with units. Kill units.
Hold down the Z key.
Zerglings are awesome. Alright, just keep building all of them. Why not?
My god, they're so cute and adorable with their little wings.
They are. And they bounce when they run.
They do.
They gallivant.
They
Great.
Put a whole
frolic.
army
They
of them.
frolic.
Keep building.
Alright, so good games from both of you. I really enjoyed casting this series with Covert. Do you guys have any shout outs that you'd like to give before we shut down this particular stream and get ready for the next set of show matches?
No, nothing for me. Except for those people who are in the chat. Nice people up there. Yep, just shout out to them. Hi, Chick.
Ottr, any last words before we close out?
I'll also shout out to the people in chat, and also to a lovely friend of mine who's actually helped me a lot with StarCraft in general, and I should actually probably listen to him one of these days and get on the ladder.
Have you not seen Carbot? Yes.
Okay,
Carbots are very cute. Carbot Zerglings.
Alright, so thank you guys for playing. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I know we had a lot of fun, and if Covert doesn't have anything else to say.
No, I think you spoke well enough for me.
Awesome. Alright, so we're gonna shut down the stream and we will see you guys in
2 weeks, I guess.
yeah, we'll probably see you guys in about 2 weeks. I'm talking to the chat. We should see them in, what, about an hour, I think? This is the thing,
Yep.
I've actually not had a chance to catch up with what all is going on.
Morning dumps.
Morning dumps. Alright, thanks guys for tuning in. The next show match will start shortly. We will see you then.
Bye.
Bye.